In the heart of Russia, beneath the icy breath of the Ural Mountains, lies a story so haunting, so deeply unsettling, that it has baffled experts, investigators, and conspiracy theorists for over 6 decades. 9 experienced hikers, young, intelligent, full of life, vanished during a winter expedition in 1959. What rescuers found weeks later wasn't just tragic, it was terrifying. A tent shredded from the inside, bodies scattered in the snow, barefoot, half-dressed in sub-zero temperatures. Some had crushed skulls, broken ribs. One was missing her tongue, another, her eyes, and no one could explain why. The Soviet investigation concluded only this: the hikers died from an unknown compelling force. This was not a battlefield, not a war zone. This was supposed to be a routine trek, one these hikers were more than prepared for. But in those remote, frozen slopes, something went terribly wrong. This is the Dyatlov Pass Incident, one of the most chilling, unsolved mysteries in modern history. The group was made up of 9 hikers, 8 men and 1 woman, all students and graduates from the Ural Polytechnic Institute. They were experienced, disciplined, and passionate about mountaineering. Their leader, Igor Dyatlov, was just 23 years old, meticulous, respected, and determined to lead a flawless expedition. Joining him were his close friends and fellow adventurers, Zinaida Kolmogorova, Yuri Doroshenko, Ludmila Dubinina, Rustem Slobodin, Alexander Kolevatov, Nikolai Thibeaux-Brignol, Semyon Zolotarov, and Yuri Krivonishenko. Each one had successfully completed similar expeditions before. Together, they formed a tight-knit team, captured in photographs smiling, laughing, even singing during their final train ride north. Spirits were high, confidence unshaken. Their mission was to reach the remote mountain of Otorten, deep within the Ural Range. It was part of a rigorous winter route that, once completed, would earn them the prestigious Grade 3 hiking certification, the highest level of difficulty at the time. But none of them could have predicted that they would never return. The last known evidence of the hikers came from a series of diary entries and photographs they took along the way. Spirits still seemed high. On February 1st, they set up their final campsite, just below the slope of a mountain the local Mansi people called Kolatsiako, meaning Mountain of the Dead. Then, nothing. Weeks passed with no word. Concerned families demanded a search. On February 26th, the search party made a grim discovery. The group's tent, partially buried in snow, slashed open from the inside. Inside, it looked like chaos. Shoes, jackets, cameras, food, all left behind. It was as if something had terrified them enough to flee into the freezing night without even stopping to dress. The first 2 bodies were found under a cedar tree nearly a mile from the tent. Both were barefoot, dressed in only their underwear, lying beside the remains of a small fire. Nearby, 3 more were discovered, including Igor Dyatlov himself, as if they had died trying to crawl back to the tent. All of them showed signs of hypothermia, but no external injuries. Then came the most disturbing discovery of all. 2 months later, the final 4 bodies were found deep in a ravine, partially buried under snow. These victims suffered massive internal trauma, crushed ribs, shattered skulls, and in one case, the woman, Lyudmila Dubinina, was missing her tongue and both eyes. None of their injuries showed signs of external wounds. No bruising, no struggle. And even stranger, some of their clothing tested positive for high levels of radiation. The Soviet report offered no explanation, just silence. And the chilling phrase, "an unknown, compelling force." Over the decades, many theories have been proposed to explain what happened to the 9 hikers that night, but none of them quite fit. An avalanche? It's the most official sounding theory, but experts found no trace of one, and the tent was still partially standing. The injuries? Far too severe for a simple snowslide, and far too strange. Others point to paradoxical undressing, a bizarre phenomenon where victims of hypothermia begin to feel burning heat and strip off their clothes. But this doesn't explain crushed ribs, shattered skulls, or missing eyes and tongues. Then, the darker theories begin. Some believe the group wandered into a Soviet military testing zone, exposed to high-powered weapons or chemical agents. That might explain the radiation and the secrecy that followed the investigation. Others report strange lights in the sky that same night, fueling theories of UFO encounters or something far less earthly. One of the most unsettling theories, infrasound, a low-frequency wind effect documented in mountain passes. It can induce panic, paranoia, even hallucinations. But none of it has ever been proven. The only thing investigators could say with certainty was that the hikers had encountered, quote, "an unknown, compelling force." And since 1959, that conclusion has never been officially revised. The Dyatlov Pass mystery remained locked away in secrecy for years. The Soviet government quickly closed off the area, prohibiting further investigations and dismissing the family's pleas for answers. For decades, the site remained untouched, a haunting reminder of those lost in the snow. In 2020, a new theory emerged blaming an avalanche, one that was supposed to explain it all. But experts and critics swiftly tore it apart. No avalanche, no evidence of snow shifts. It was just another failed attempt to explain the impossible. But the most unsettling clue may not be in the theories at all. There was a 10th hiker, a member of the group who had turned back early due to illness. His name was Yuri Yudin, and he was the only one to survive the expedition. Years after the tragedy, when asked what he believed happened, he responded with a chilling, cryptic statement. "Something evil was there with them. I know it." Yuri's words echo the unanswered questions, the strange and horrifying forces that may have driven the hikers into the wilderness and left them there, torn apart. The final image of Dyatlov Pass, the abandoned tent, still standing against the harsh winds, slashed open from the inside, as if something had been so terrifying, so overwhelming, that the hikers had to escape at all costs. What do you think really happened at Dyatlov Pass? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true dark stories. This was Dark Facts, where the truth is often stranger and far more terrifying than fiction. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.